Hello and welcome to the High Grind Gaming. My name is Barry and today we're going to be talking about one of my most beloved consoles of all time. The PlayStation 2. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a little bit of information about it. I'm going to show you the games that I've got for it. Some PS1 games as well. The console, stuff like that. And holding the good old memory card. Okay guys, before we go any further, don't forget to like and subscribe. All your support means a load, and I'm going to be getting these gaming videos up hopefully daily starting next week. If not next week, it'll be the week after, and we should get some daily kind of videos up and running, and we're also going to get gaming videos over the weekend, hopefully this time, because I've been really busy. So thanks for your help, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into this. So, the PlayStation 2, officially branded the PS2, is a home video game console developed and marketed by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was released in Japan on March the 4th, 2000, and North America on October the 26th, 2000, and in Europe and Australia on November the 24th, 2000. And this is the successor to the original PlayStation, as well as the second installment in the PlayStation console lineup. A 6th generation console. It competed with Dreamcast, Nintendo's GameCube, and Xbox. So, that's a little bit of information I've got about the PlayStation there, and let's get into the most interesting parts. The memory card. If you guys can see that there, 8 megabytes, which is nothing nowadays to games, but especially if you play Call of Duty and you've got the updates that come with that. These are, if you lost these, you honestly, you lost the world, because it held everything dear to you. Especially, for instance, I've got a few games here, so I'm just looking at them just now, guys. So this is why these games used to have this little bit in it, so these can slip inside there. Keeps them nice and safe. And the best thing about that is, I used to try and keep one of these for a select genre of games. Now this is the only one that I've got. I've got this one in an old PlayStation 1 memory card. I think I've got a grey one of these sitting somewhere as well. But yeah, I used to love the memory cards. I used to have the iToy as well. I used to have the iToy was like a camera back in the PlayStation 2 days, when you could, like, there was a window cleaning one that you could do that and it would clean the stuff. It was like next generation technology. The remote control as well, like the actual, not the controller, the TV remote for the PlayStation, which was cool too. Which, to be honest with you, I know obviously it was DVDs, but I never really understood the purpose of it. Suppose so you could sit on the couch and watch the DVD. But yeah, it was one of my favourite and most beloved consoles of all time. The memories that I've got from it, I had it in my first house where I was in when I grew up, till when we moved 3 times. During that period I always had the PlayStation. I went from having the big fat PlayStation to having the small, slender, kind of slimline silver one. And yeah, it was my favourite console. I probably would say Nintendo, Dreamcast, all those kind of, sorry, N64, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, they're all, I love those consoles, but I never actually had them much when I was younger. It was normally at my friend's house. Actually, consoles that I've owned and what I've played and put time into and love and effort, the PlayStation is probably, that and the 360 are definitely 2 of my consoles that I put so much effort and love into. So yeah, I would say the PlayStation 2 is probably my best console of all time. So the first game we're going to talk about today is Judge Dredd. Now, I've done a video on this prior to this, but we're just going to go through how many games that I've got. So Judge Dredd, one of my favourite games. Also, I love the PlayStation 2 boxes. I think I love the PlayStation 1 ones more. Die Hard, obviously, guys, you know we've spoke about this, my favourite game of all time. I think I love these ones more. They were just more compact, could fit in CD cases and stuff like that. That's why I like them more. I'll do the PlayStation 1 games first, guys. So Alien and Army Men. got those. We've also got a game that's from when I was younger, V-Rally. Loved that game. Got a PlayStation 3 game in here as well. Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway. PlayStation 2, Tony Hawk, Proving Ground, and Call of Duty Finest Hour. Go back and play those games, guys. They are so awkward to play. The graphics are not great at all compared to today's standards. Constantine, so a movie that I love, and it's also, I do quite like this game as well. I've got The Punisher, which is one of my favourite games. When I was younger, it was one of my favourite games. Yes, I got it from CEX and I did pay £6 for it, but I had one of those little vouchers, so it was okay. And the only reason I got it from CEX is it came complete, which is quite rare for a CEX game. And then I also got, not from CEX, but Backyard Wrestling, Don't Try This at Home. This was one of my favourite games when I was younger, and one of the reasons I picked this up is it actually had the little promo thing in it. So yeah, that's my kind of PlayStation 2 collection. It's quite modest. I don't really have a lot. Sorry guys, I'm just reaching down here. Don't really have a lot. But I keep the rest of the games in here. The reason I keep them in here, and the reason I've not took those ones out of the cases yet, is these kind of mean a lot to me like this. But the ones in here, these are ones I'm never ever going to get. I'm never going to get rid of those. I normally keep them on display, but these ones are the ones that I never will get rid of. The PlayStation 2's got to be with me till the day I die. It's my homie. I love it. A fun story how I got it. So when I was younger, it's awkward to try and say this on this channel. If you go to High Ground, you'll know that I was homeless for a certain period of time, and it was because my mum passed away, and I lost most of my stuff because of family issues and that. And I got this one when I was with my partner. Our dad was up the loft and he found an old PlayStation 2 and a couple of games. He brought it over and was like, "Would you like to sell it?" And I was like, "No, I'll buy it off you." So he was like, "Oh, you can just have it. It's just going to go in the bin." It was my partner's brothers who I know is kicking himself because I ended up getting it, and it's my favourite console. So yeah, I got it. So I'm just going to try and show you these somehow. Got Hitman and Max Payne. Sorry guys, this is... Give me a little moment, I'll see if I can try and move things around to get this working a little bit better. You're not going to get your high budget editing on this channel. So Hitman 2 and Max Payne. One of my favourite games of all time is Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo. Path of Neo I've not played as much. I remember getting it when I was younger. I played it for a little bit. Wasn't what I really wanted to play. I've played through it and completed it. I really do like it. But Enter the Matrix is my jam. It's one of my favourite ones. The next one I've got here is Bad Boys 2. I remember playing that a lot when I was younger. And Spider-Man. And I've got another one of my favourite games. You're going to hear me say one of my favourite games like every 6 seconds in this, which is The Warriors and Simpsons Hit and Run. And then I've got Grand Theft Auto 3. I've got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I do have Vice City, but I've got it on the PlayStation 4. I need to get it on the PlayStation 2. The reason I've not got it is because I've got it on the PlayStation 4, but I've noticed there's a few little bits cut out, and the music soundtracks and stuff are different, so I'm just going to get it on PS2 where it's not been altered. Now, next are two of the greatest games that I've ever played in my life. The Getaway and The Getaway Black Monday. Just the fact that they're based in London and it's around gangsters, and it was different. It was like Grand Theft Auto but different, and back in the day it really did look good because the streets were really similar to what London was. They are the streets that are in London. The Godfather and Band of Brothers, Earned in Blood. The Godfather is one that I used to have when I was younger, and I used to have it in a big metal box, and it was like a coffin it looked like. I got a special edition one of it, and I didn't pay extra for it. I got it for like 30 quid. No, sorry, I got it for 60 quid on release day. So I spent ages playing that game. setting one's great as well for the 360, and I'm waiting for it to be backwards compatible on the Xbox One. If you know it is, let me know in the comments below, because I'm going to go buy it. Splinter Cell on the PS2. Splinter Cell, Metal Gear 2 obviously. Rocky, Legends of Wrestling. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, Time Crisis 2. I've got a Sonic collection, Midway Arcade collection. My two favourite games of all time. I've literally got these on every single platform. I've got these on here, I've got them on the original Xbox, and I've got them digitally on the Xbox One. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, America's Most Wanted, which is a terrible but fun game. Scarface, The World Is Yours, which is a really great game, and Terminator Redemption. State of Emergency, which is a great game in Futurama as well. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I'm waiting to get the Two Towers. And Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. And that's all I've got in here, guys. I've still got quite a lot of space. Yeah, but here's my PlayStation. The big tubby. I normally have them sitting on the side. That's why it's like that. But I used to love, you could just turn it round and it goes both ways. Yeah, this is the this is the one. Plus I've got the little expansion bay at the back, which is when I've been looking at them recently, I've not really got the expansion bay, because I'm looking for the slimline one as well. And when I've seen the fat ones coming up, I've seen that I've not really got expansion bays. But yeah, this is literally one of my favourite. I love the look of the graphic on it as well. Pretty much, you just turn that the other way, it's PS5. No guys, one of my favourite consoles of all time. And one of the best things about this console is, sorry guys, I've had this wrapped up. This. Now this is one of my favourite controllers of all time. It fits in my hand greatly. I love, and compared it, I've got the PlayStation 1 right here. Comparing them to each other, they're pretty much the same kind of controller. Obviously this has got bigger legs. This holds nice. This just feels classic, if that makes sense. Yeah guys, so that's my PlayStation 2 collection. I love the PlayStation. I've got the PlayStation 4. I never actually owned a PlayStation 3 because I got the 360, and during the time when that was still floating around, it wasn't really viable for me to get. So it really is one of my. The 360 was probably the one that I went for the most, but I'm going back and looking at PlayStation 3 now. But yeah guys, it really is. Sorry, there was a little bit of mark on that. I had to make sure my baby was okay. No guys, I love the PlayStation. It's one of my best consoles ever, and that's probably the reason I'm going to eventually get the PlayStation 5. I'll probably get both of them, just so both consoles. I've got the PS4 and the Xbox One just now, and I love both consoles because the PlayStation got more exclusives. I like the Xbox more for online gaming and like playing like the Xbox 360 games. But yeah, I love gaming, guys. That's it. I hope you are getting that passion via this channel. Really, my PlayStation's my biggest collection because PlayStation 2 is the biggest one because that's like what I really love. The next video I've got coming out is going to be about the Switch and about some of the games that I've got for it as well. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here probably tomorrow chatting about the Switch, or I'll be chatting about one of the games. Enjoy the rest of your day guys.